Hello everyone, my name is Lily and welcome back to my channel. Sorry if the lighting's bad, one of the light bulbs is no longer working. Anyways, today I'm going to be discussing seizure first aid with you because it's one of the most important things for a person to know. Even if you don't know anyone who has a chronic disease that may cause seizures, or you do know someone, it doesn't necessarily matter because it might be needed someday and you might just save someone's life. That happens. I literally say this in every single video, but for newcomers, I have epilepsy. It's a chronic disease that can affect anyone. Anyone and everywhere and anywhere on the planet. And it's not something that can pass on. Also, yeah, that's one of the myths. I'll link the myths video down below so you'll know what's a myth and what's not when talking about epilepsy. And today we're going to be discussing the first aid. This I printed out from the Epilepsy Foundation page, which is amazing, by the way. They help me a lot, let's say. So, in a seizure first aid, there are some things that you can do and you cannot do. I'm gonna walk you through those. Number 1. Stay with the person and start timing the seizure. So that's one of the things that you can do. Because it's very important to time someone's seizure, because the longer it is, let's say, worse. Anyway, so hopefully it's like a short seizure. And you can't just start timing and like ask someone else to help and you just bail on the person, because for you were the first person to find that person having a seizure, as in the ambulance isn't gonna even know what to do. So that's one of the most important parts, I guess. And that also has another point, which is remain calm and check for medical ID. So hopefully you can find something that shows what kind of a disease they have, or the diagnosis and everything, because, well, it makes it easier. Duh. Point number 2 is keep the person safe with capital letters, because when someone's having a seizure, they can hurt themselves or someone else, and it's very important to keep that person safe, because if you fall during a seizure, you can literally like cut your head and it won't be nice. I know for myself, so yeah, because I cut my head once. Felt on hardcore asphalt. Yikes. Anyways, that is why you need to keep the person safe. And in terms of safe, it also, number 3 here says, turn the person onto their side if they are not awake and aware. Don't block airway, as in the nose or the mouth. Put something small and soft under their head. Loosen tight clothes around the neck, so chokers and stuff. Get rid of those, don't wear those. And it's important to understand that this is a stereotypical thing. When someone's having a seizure, people tend to think that you need to somehow get their tongue out of their mouth. It's not a thing, people. It is physically impossible to swallow your tongue It's just not possible. So, someone's having a seizure, don't ever try to do something with their mouth. It's just, yeah. I've had my experiences with that, and I've talked about those. It's just not nice. I don't want to remember that, and now I remember that. Great, thanks. And you need to lay them, for example, on your knees if you're on the ground, or if you have like a backpack, then put their head on the backpack and make sure they lay on the side, because that's how it's done. And the tongue thing too. You know, if they're laying on their side, they can't swallow the tongue or whatever people say. Number 4 here is do not put anything in their mouth. Do not give water, pills, or food until the person is awake. This is one of the crucial things, because I don't know about the food part, like that's impossible for someone to think to put food in their mouth, but I mean, who knows, people do things. But if you see someone having a seizure, don't like think if you like give them a pill that like calms you down or something. I don't necessarily know what type of pill that is, but like for a less like stress type of thing to calm you down. Don't ever give them a pill like that, or anything literally that like will have them to calm down or whatever, because it's not how it works. And if they're having a seizure on you, like, don't do that, and don't put anything in their freaking mouths. I've had my experiences with a mouth, because there was a dude who just decided to open my mouth and to try to pull my tongue out so I wouldn't swallow it. That was gross, because I don't remember it, but I remember the feeling of someone's fingers in my mouth. Not nice. And also, don't, especially like spoons are very dangerous, because people tend to like try to open the mouth with spoons. Don't ever do that, because you can break someone's teeth or jaw. That's actually possible, yes. Don't put it in their mouths. I hate it when people just do that. And, I mean, I've had my experiences with that. I don't want that, thank you. Do not restrain is our number 5 point. Do not ever restrain the person from moving, because sometimes people tend to think that if someone's having a seizure and they have to like hold them so they won't move, but that's not how a seizure works. Like if you hold that person, it's not like he's gonna stop moving or whatever. It doesn't work that way, because it's a seizure. Yeah, you move. Ever restrain someone, because A, they can hurt themselves, B, they can hurt you, because they're still gonna move. And finally, number 6 on the list, we have stay with them until they are awake and alert after the seizure, because most seizures end in a few minutes. So that's one of the most, I think, important things, because like you lay them down and then you go, because you don't want anything to do with that. That would be just so wrong to be done. Well, here's the deal. I kind of understand the perspective of where it's written from. So let's say, yeah, it's scary and you don't want to have anything to do with it, but you don't want anyone to blame you for like not doing something. So we think, oh my god, I don't want this, and you go away. But if you go away, he's gonna help that person. Which is why I felt it was important to talk about seizure first aid. I didn't know much about it before my diagnosis, but I think even if I didn't have epilepsy, I didn't have the diagnosis, I would still be interested in maybe helping someone. If I would ever see someone having a seizure in front of me, I would do my best to help, even if I had no idea who that person is, or what type of seizure it is, or if it's an epileptic seizure or anything else, because it's important. So I have had my fair amount of seizures outside. I've had like 1 at home, I think, and I've had 6 seizures if I'm right, and I have been seizure free for 2.5 years or more if I'm right, and having a seizure outside, when even if you have someone with you, but that person doesn't know and they can't help, it's just the worst thing. Because when I had my first seizure, my best friend was with me and she just freaked out, which is, I mean, accurate. I didn't have a diagnosis back then. That was my first seizure, so yeah. And we were outside, literally, so I hate that, by the way. And I hate for her to see that. But what happened happened. And I guess right now she knows what to do. And she looks after me, which is so adorable, and I love that. I have some friends who had just ignored the fact that I have epilepsy, but some others like care genuinely, and I love that, because I would do the same. My friends, like, if I'm hanging out with them, like my best friend, he has not seen me have a seizure, but he was called when I had one, because that was like the last number that was called from my phone. And I guess I had to stop my acting career because of it. Seizures are pretty tricky. I'll tell you about that once, maybe, like the whole story. And anyways, what I want to say is, try to help someone having a seizure. Don't run away because you're scared, because you might just save someone's life, and it's an important thing to know, even if you have nothing to do or no one, you know, who has epilepsy or any type of seizures. Yeah, you might need information. So yeah, 6 points, simple, of what to do and what not to do on an occasion of someone having a seizure. And thank you very much for watching, I guess. You can follow me on my social medias and talk to me there. You can subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell, because that helps. And again, thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you liked it and if it was educational for you, and possibly suggest some ideas and some topics discussing epilepsy that I can talk about in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!